All right. What does success for the Selección Mexicana actually look like in the 2026 World Cup? Let's get right into it.
Just that, I think that for the Selección Mexicana, as a host nation, you have to win 2 games right after coming out of the group stage.
Damn. So they come out of the group stage.
Yep.
There are 3 games. They win 2 more games. So they're getting to the quarterfinal or the semifinal?
Quarterfinals.
Is that quarterfinals?
I think that's
this year?
quarterfinals.
Okay, quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals, bro.
Quarterfinals.
Okay. So you think that's success for them?
That's success, bro.
Yeah.
Even
This is not the Mexico teams of the past.
Yeah.
If it was the Mexico teams of the past, I would be as ballsy to say semifinals.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Right?
understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
For sure.
This squad, for this squad, that's a success.
But you think they can make it that far?
I think so. I think so, bro.
That's pretty optimistic,
Scrappy,
but sure.
1-0,
Yeah.
they'll go through.
Hey, if they win every game 1-0, shit.
Oh, I don't think they're gonna win every game. But I'm saying like
No, sure.
those knockout games.
Yeah, just win it
You
1-0.
know?
That's all.
Yeah.
PKs
Oh, if they
even.
win every game, bro,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
What would you say?
Yeah. Top 8.
Top 8. So as long as they end top 8, that's success
Top
for you
8.
guys.
That's being a host nation. I said. Yeah.
Damn,
Oh.
16.
It just depends what path they're in. You know,
Yeah, who they got next and all that.
because it matters. Bold statement right here. But if they come out of their group in first place, they're making it to the semifinals.
Wait, how is that?
Yeah, how do you put that together?
Because if they make it out of their group in first
And
place,
first,
they're
they
gonna
play a
s-
third place
They're
team.
gonna stay in Mexico. I think for the next 2 rounds. No, semis. I think it would be in the U.S. But the next 2
It's
games,
still good for them though.
that round of 32 and round of 16 are going to be in Mexico.
That's if they come out in first.
If they come out in first,
Wow.
and they'll play
That's
in
really good.
they'll
Okay.
play in the Azteca.
So that'll give them
Okay.
a hopefully
A
easier
boost.
pathway, a
boost.
boost in that
For sure, a
pathway
boost.
right there.
So round
okay.
of-
Even though I think if they play here in
The US? No, it's
they're
good for them,
still-
too.
They're still kind of a home team, you know. But I'm saying
True.
like if they're
True.
playing in the Azteca right there, yeah, for
It's
sure.
different. It's different
It's
for
different.
sure.
It's
But so you're saying that if they lose to a Belgium, it's still a success?
In the round of what?
16?
Yeah, I think so. For
What-
this team right
Yeah.
now, yeah.
What are you trying to ask by that question? Like, what do you mean?
I'm saying that even though it's a Belgium, right? You don't expect to beat Belgium, but you're in Mexico though.
Yeah,
So you should beat them because you're in Mexico?
I'm saying 1-0.
yeah, they could do that.
Okay.
I'm
All
just
right.
This
looking at-
Belgium right now.
I'm looking at the France
sure
game.
they're
I'm
good,
looking at the Germany
but they're not
game.
the Belgium team that they used to be. So
Let's go ahead and say that I'm more pessimistic
round of
than you
16?
guys right now.
I think round of 32. That's crazy.
If they come out of
If they come out of the group,
there's
He
two
said that's the best they're gonna do.
there's 2 lenses. There's 2 lenses. Let me take you through that. Let me put it that way. There's 2 lenses. So first, on Mexicans, si se puede, we can come out with some wins, go really far. Not really far, but top 8, sure. I can see what you both are saying right now. But then there's the other lens where I'm looking at the quality of the players, the coaches, who Mexico is right now as a selección. And to me, I can't forget that these fools tricked me year after fucking year when they make some kind of change and it makes it look like these fools are gonna be good, and it's the same bullshit every single time, bro. If you look at the last fucking 10 World Cups, bro, they maybe less, they've made it out of the group stage and then boom, that's where they end. So whether we had extranjero like Osorio or Tata Martino, your boy, or we had Mexicans like Aguirre, Piojo, La Puente, La Volpe, whoever you want to name, bro, like we never went any further than that, you know. And so like I can't sit here and expect them to go even further than they've never even gone before with a much lesser team.
Yeah.
With a much lesser team. And then I look at their opponents, everybody's equal. The reason I keep saying that this is Grupo de la Muerte is because South Korea, South Africa, and who's it supposed to be? Denmark?
Denmark, yeah.
Yeah.
What's supposed
Should
to
be
be?
It's not
Yeah,
supposed to be. It's
like-
we still gotta see. But
But
Pretty
I'm
much
just
Denmark.
saying, like, they are the favorite of that playoff group. And
Yeah.
when you look at them 3, I don't think Mexico's better than any of them at our current state, you know? I think that we're looking at them like, oh, we could beat them because we're looking at them like, oh, it's not Brazil, or it's not Argentina, oh, it's not fucking Spain.
Yeah.
But Mexico, with the exception of the game that they played against Iceland, is not going to be beating anybody
4-0.
by more than a goal.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a fluke today, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But my point being, we're in a scary situation because of the group that we're in. We are home, and I'm hoping being home can supplement the lack of skill and fire and ambition that we have. You know, that's why I say, just getting out of your group stage for me is okay. You know,
damn, like I would have said the same if we weren't home.
Yeah,
well, if they weren't home,
if they
play, they play in all these stadiums every weekend, bro. Like, I just feel like this squad has enough to go to the round of 16 just because the previous World Cup, a lot of those players were already on their last legs, bro. They were pretty much just done, you know. So it's
plus Tata Martino
didn't take Santi. You had to take Santi. Left Edsel out of the Argentina game. That will just weird things happen when you're like, come on, bro. Like, we're not really working with much here. Like, throw your best out there because we don't have much, you know. So this World Cup, I feel like it's revamped. I feel like it has a lot of fresh faces that we can like lean into as like
potentially.
Prime.
Javier Aguirre is still Javier Aguirre. And,
he's still Javier Aguirre, but
he may end up taking some players where you're like, what the fuck, and leaving players out where you're like, yo, why? I almost feel like he's gonna do that more this World Cup.
Damn,
I'm scared.
I don't know, bro. I want to see it because they're playing in Mexico. That to me is like the biggest factor. Like the fact that they're playing in Mexico.
It is the home advantage.
You know what I mean? Like that. If we're playing any other World Cup, I don't feel good at all.
Yeah, I would say the same. I would be the same thing.
I would be the same. Yeah, exactly.
Out of the group, we gotta get out of the group.
But you're Mexico, like that's that. I mean, I'm looking at the other host nations. I'm like, I think they did.
Give me at least 2 playoff games. You know, if you're the host, like give me at least 2.
I would even go there. I would say close game against like a Belgium level team, and they knock you out. And bro, like we're right there. You know, that's okay to me. Obviously, I'm not gonna wish like, oh, we're gonna make it to the final, bro. That'll be a real conspiracy right there, bro. Because Mexico will sell that everywhere, bro. You know, that'll be a real
Mexico
conspiracy.
versus USA in the final, bro.
Oh shit.
That'll be a real conspiracy right there. But if they play competitively and they lose with no BS like the Holland game, that's a good World Cup to me. That's fine.
Here's another way I could find success, even if they don't make it that far. If we have young players that showcase themselves and make some jump up in their careers because of that. They go to a better club. A Mexican player goes to Europe. Maybe we have someone like, let's say like Mateo Chavez, who plays in Holland, maybe gets a jump up to the Premier League. Just things like that. You know, things like that. I think he's in a good spot right now, sure. But I'm just saying, like, I hope we get to see it. Tala Rangel has a good World Cup. Hey, now he's out in Germany real quick, you know. Hormiga actually gets some playtime, actually gets 2 goals in the World Cup and scores against some big teams.
They find out his name is Hormiga and Super Ant. Oh, bro.
See, bro.
Hormigol.
Just like little P, like fucking Chicharito, bro. You know. So I feel, I feel like if we could just get players exported, that's success for me. You know, I might be okay with that part. You know.
So you're not even gonna enjoy it as a fan.
Of the group? Or if they do get out of the group.
Well, if they don't get out of the group, I don't imagine anybody would get exported. But like
for them not to get out of the group.
Like
there's more teams now.
That's what I'm being a little more optimistic.
No, for sure. They have to make it first, maybe second, into the next stage. If they go in third place, because I think they're going to have like 8 best third places make it. If they make it in third, I'm not okay. They better get to the semifinal if they get out of the group in third. Otherwise, it's a complete failure. You know what I mean? I think my point was like...
Because the quinto partido isn't the quinto partido anymore.
No, but
it's more of the sixth.
If
sixth,
they get out of their group after those 3 games, then they got whatever, the round of 32s. They got that 32s. Game. That's still the game after the group stage. To me, it's maybe it's not the round of 16. It's still like knockout round right after the group stage. Te puede tocar a Belgium. Te puede tocar a Portugal or something like that.
Place,
you know, right? No, but the who know? Like, what if Holland didn't do too well in the group stage?
Yeah. Like if it
could happen.
Yeah, like
we did
even
good,
if
and that's who we got in the next round. Like, fuck, that might happen.
It could happen, but also too. It's less likely because it's diluted now. So if you were gonna be a 2 over here, you're now like in the other World Cup, you're a 1 in this group.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm just saying I've seen it happen.
Teams,
I've seen teams not get out of the group stage.
Anything could happen.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Anything so like, you know, nos puede tocar. So like if you remember in 2002 with Javier Aguirre, we come out in first of our group in a group that we were not expected to come out of. Ecuador, Italy, Croatia. You know that, and so we come out in first. We play USA the next round.
Yeah.
That is what we would have wanted in that moment.
Sure.
Yeah, USA, fuck yeah. And we go and we fucking lose to these motherfuckers.
Just BS,
You know
bro.
but they
BS.
lost it, you know,
Oh,
and
yeah,
that was
yeah,
like
yeah.
their chance right there. You know what I mean? And if you look at the 2006 World Cup, they're playing Iran. They
Yeah.
beat them 3-1. They play Angola. They tied 0-0 in that game. They should have won
Super.
because they fucked up right there. Because
Super should've won.
let's just say they were always going to lose to Portugal in that third game. Let's just say that was always going to happen. If they would have won Angola,
against Angola,
they would have
yeah.
been in first place in the
yeah.
group, bro. And they got a different pathway. Now they got to go play Argentina. So they fucked themselves right there
Yeah.
too, you know. Almost similar equation
Just one of
in
those
the
things.
2010. So they tied to South Africa 1-1. Probably was going to happen. South Africa was home right there. France was their second game. And then they go and they beat them. You know, that was when we were like, oh,
They
shit.
tied, and then we won. Yeah, that's right.
And they lose to Uruguay.
Oh yeah, because Uruguay
The
went to
last Uruguay.
went to the semifinal. They got
Yeah.
fourth place, I think.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
but because of that, because Mexico came out in second place right there, they could have come out in first if they would have beaten South Africa, maybe.
We would have
You know what I
fucking
mean?
against South
If
Korea.
they wouldn't have
Yeah.
lost to Uruguay, if they would have tied, they would have come close to the first. But boom, they go play Argentina again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's where it gets tough. Now in 2014, I thought it was a good showing because they're in Brazil. They weren't favored to come out of that group either, but they beat Brazil, or they tied to Brazil 0-0. Fucking Memo Ochoa,
Ochoa.
historical.
Yeah.
There was also Croatia that they
Yeah,
beat 3-1.
Croatia.
That
Fuck those fags.
they weren't expecting to beat them. You know,
Got that ass back.
fucking Cameroon.
Oh,
They tied to Cameroon.
Wow.
No, they beat Cameroon. They
Yeah.
beat. That was one of the ones they won.
Damn, we beat Cameroon and Croatia. Yeah.
Yeah,
then
and
we tied
Croatia.
To Brazil.
Yeah, and tied to Brazil. So that was a pretty good record right there.
Oh,
Two wins,
that
one
was
tie.
the Holland game with the Nora Penal.
And, yeah, and then they go play Holland. They lose in
Again,
that
BS,
on some
bro.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Again.
This is why, as much as people hate on it, I'm a big proponent of VAR, bro. Because Mexico has always gotten the shorter end
Yes.
of the fucking stick, especially
Yes.
in World Cups, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Yes,
fuck?
so-
That shit was such bullshit.
Yes.
In that World Cup, actually, if you remember, Gio Dos Santos scored 2 goals against Brazil. No, Cameroon. And
one
the-
was offside, no?
They weren't. Neither of them were. And they called offsides on both of them.
Yeah.
And neither of them
Yes.
were.
Oh,
If we had
yeah.
VAR,
If
we
we
would have
would've-
fucking scored those right there.
Yeah, we only lost by like goal differential, no?
Yeah,
That's why we got second place.
exactly,
Wow.
exactly.
So, if we
So
would have beat those who's like 3-0.
We would've
were
been in
gonna
first
beat
right
them
there.
3-0, like 4-0 or something like
yeah,
that.
we would have played Chile in the next round,
Dang.
who also would have been tough. But
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
legendary
yeah.
you
Chile.
know, yeah. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like we would have come out in first right there.
Yeah.
Theoretically, that should be
So
an
either
easier
way,
path
Chile
right there.
or
Netherlands
Holland. Either
would've
way,
been
Netherlands. Yeah,
It would have
still,
been
bro.
tough, yeah.
No, but
Any other
see,
way, it would have been tough.
but see, that was one of the ones where like bullshit fucking happens too, you know.
Yeah.
Then in 2018, when they go with Osorio, they open up by beating Germany 1-0. We already opened that one up like, oh shit, we beat Germany, bro. Little did everybody know Germany was like on a slump right there.
Yeah.
But
Historic.
fucking yeah, that was a big one right there. Then they go and they beat South Korea 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. And then they lose to Sweden.
yeah.
They lose to
3-0. They get spanked
They
by
lose to
Sweden 3-0.
Sweden.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
no reason.
Yes.
For no reason,
Yeah.
bro.
Yes.
See, and that fucks them.
Oh,
And they
and
lost
go-
to Brazil 2-0.
Yeah, what the
They
hell?
lost to Brazil 2-0
Oh,
in
yeah, yeah,
2018.
yeah.
They just outclassed Mexico that game.
For
Like,
sure.
Mexico didn't have
Yeah.
anything in them right
For
there.
sure.
Now, real quick, as I list these groups, Mexico wasn't really favorite to come out of their groups in any of those World Cups, maybe 2006. And they got out of their group every time. That's what I think Mexico has, bro. When people are counting them out, when their own people are counting them out, they're like overperform. They like fucking come through, punch above their weight, you know, and they win like that. I feel like that happens. However,
But that's what's happened. I think, except for the 2006 Mundial, every other Mundial, that's what's happened before the Mundial, where everyone's like,
They're like, I don't know.
We don't know if these.
There's always been that. There's always
they've
been that.
always
There's always been that.
and I think that's why Mexico does well, and for the most part, I mean, they fuck up at some point, but they actually have some kind of upset in all these World
Yeah.
Cups. I think like a lot of times that's coming from that part. Like, I'm gonna prove everybody wrong almost. I don't know if that's like the way, like,
And you're
Underdog.
so
you're
cheesy.
saying-
Just be the
You're
underdog.
an
I think
underdog.
that's
Yeah, bro, for
And
sure.
you're saying
when
they're not
they're
going to do it now or what?
Well, in 2022,
They didn't even get
with
out
your
of the
boy
group?
Tata Martino, they didn't even come out of their group. And the thing
Yeah.
was, nobody was confident going into that World Cup.
Not at all.
Nobody.
Not
And
at all.
see, the
Not
thing
the
about
coach,
like
Especially not even Tata.
as
Exactly.
you know, even though we're like Chicanos, we were born in the United States, but we like a lot of our culture is Mexican
Yeah.
roots. The way we were raised, Mexican roots. There's this innate feeling inside of us que sí se puede. Oh, we saw it with the selección. Sí se puede. And you see them go beat Brazil. They go to the Confederaciones and they win it.
Oh,
you know,
99.
you see him do things like that, you know?
1999.
2022 Qatar, we didn't even have that with Tata Martino. But I'm wondering if going into this World Cup,
Wait, we didn't have what?
that que sí se puede, that feeling.
Oh.
That feeling that we had in every other World Cup, we didn't have that in 2022. Being the underdog in 2022 did not get us out of the group because we didn't have that in us, you know? Or for me at least.
Yeah.
And now that we're going to 2026, I have it a little bit more because I trust Aguirre a little bit more than I trust Tata Martino.
But it's different too, though.
And we're at home.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other factors that are going in our favor in that way, but
you're still not confident.
I'm not as confident as I was previous Mundiales.
You still want them to fail.
I think
No,
there's
not
things
at
that give you
all.
more
Not at
confidence
all.
and things that give you less confidence, bro. Like for me, like an underdog, what they need is their crowd. Like any underdog team needs that extra boost from the audience, and they'll have that 100%.
Which Mexico has.
So they're gonna, So you can count on that right away, bro. It's gonna be a party all through the streets, everywhere. They're just driving in, like seeing all that. It's for them. So I think being an underdog, you're on a high, bro.